Hi, I'm Yesenia.
And I'm Sam.
And this is ONT Now. Hey, Sam. So how you been?
Been good. New year, new decade. Same old me, though, unfortunately. I mean, they say that if most resolutions people have already failed them. But, keep going. You got the whole year to get them done. But other than that, just going to work. Yeah.
Trying to get those resolutions.
Yeah. How else you been? I know you've been kind of busy lately.
I am. Been pretty busy, actually, yes. So I am running for Democratic Committee person here in the 10th Ward. So March 17th, guys, election day. Hopefully you can support me. But even if you don't, please make sure that you're registered to vote. Just even looking at the numbers and everything, there's so many people that are not registered. So get out to register, get out to vote. It's so important. So if you have any questions about that, just let us know. Aside from that, home with the kids. They've been sick, here on and off. They've been sick 3 times in just this year alone, in 2020 alone. Yeah, I think it's just because they're around all the kids and the weather's been changing here and there. So they get me sick. So they obviously keep me busy. And I don't know if you know, but I did a couple music videos recently. So I know I mentioned it a few times. I am an actor as well. So, I do sitcoms and short films and things like that. Well, we did a music video that's kind of scary. So my kids were watching it with me and they're like, Mommy, that's scary. It was really fun though. I don't know if I'm going to be able to post it on the ONT page, but maybe on my personal page, you guys could check it out.
Yeah. Actually, I need to see that.
And aside from that, just updating the house and remodeling the house, just making little changes here and there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good that you brought up your house because, we definitely live in Cook County. I mean, we live in such a high tax area. I mean, they don't call it Crook County for nothing. But speaking of which, I mean, so unlike most times when all they're doing is trying to take more of your money, apparently Cook County may have some money for you.
Yes, they're actually giving some back.
Yeah, they're saying that there might be up to $78 million in refunds from people who were overpaid on their property taxes. Almost 98,000 people, they're saying, might have some money. Matter of fact, you actually went through the website, didn't you?
I did. I went on the website and I put in, so basically it sends you to the Cook County Treasurer's website. So you can look up your house through your address or through the PIN.
Yeah.
And it will tell you if you are owed a refund. And I am owed a refund. So it told me how much I'm owed. So that's pretty cool because you see that in there how much money extra you paid. And it'll tell you in what year. So I think it was in 2015 or 2014. I'm not sure when mine was, but it did tell me on there and how much I'm going to get back. So I just have to fill out a form, send it in. So I'm going to send that in right away. Yeah. And it's pretty great. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are owed hundreds.
Yeah, right.
It could range anywhere, but definitely look it up.
From what I read, they're saying that it might even go as far back as 20 years.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot of potential there for you. We'll share the link in our comments post, but they did say if you don't have your tax PIN, that's okay. You can find yourself via your address.
Yes.
So get your money if they've got it,
For sure. And just going based off of that, I'm sure some of you are aware of the iCash with Illinois Treasurer's Office. I want to say it's also with the Treasurer's Office.
That one too, right.
I've done that as well, and I have filled out the form, and I'm sharing the link down below of where you can go. I filled out the form, sent it in, and I got my check. So I think mine was for $90 something. Yeah. And it was money that was owed to me from 2 jobs. One was from when I worked at university, when I went to U of I in Urbana-Champaign. Okay. I worked in the kitchen for a semester or so, and I guess I never picked up one of my checks. I don't even know. I missed a check. So one of them was from then. Then it was another job that I had, around that time as well. And then it was another check that was owed to me from, I guess I overpaid at a doctor's office. Wow. So you know how sometimes you pay and then, it goes through the claim and everything, and I must have overpaid or something, and they returned me money from Lurie Children's Hospital. Actually, it was.
Yeah, your insurance company probably gave them more money than they thought they were going to get.
So I got that back.
I remember. Yeah, I remember that page. It's so that's a hodgepodge of everything. I remember there's actually some people who they had money or something in safe deposit boxes that could have a refund. So we'll post that link too, because might as well collect your money. Because taxes are coming up.
Yes.
They're definitely going to keep your money. So if there's an opportunity for you to get some refunds.
Helps, and you just never know how much is out there. So definitely take advantage of those programs.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. I really think we need to talk about the biggest change we've had here in 2020.
That's right. I mean, the state of Illinois became the 11th state where marijuana sales are legal.
Yes.
So.
And we know the community found out about it because, boy, oh boy, those lines were around the corner, I tell you.
There were huge lines all across the state. I know in the city.
Yeah, all over.
Yeah.
All over. I know that they were showing that every dispensary that was selling the recreational marijuana was like sold out in like 2 days or something.
Yeah, to the point where it took a strain on the whole process, on the whole distribution of it. Like there wasn't enough product available.
Crazy. So if you have not heard, there were $20 million spent on recreational weed in the first 12 days. The first 12 days,
yeah. And so what does that mean, right? Because I think when you look at the tax ramifications as far as the other states that are legalized, so speaking of Cook County, as we were talking about earlier, Cook County just got approval to add their 3% on top of the very high taxes that people are already paying.
Yeah, they're paying what, 41% right now?
Right. Effectively, they're saying that for some particular, I guess it's broken down based on THC content or type of product, from flour to oils or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But upwards of 42% total tax. That is huge. I mean, $20 million, that's like $8 million of revenue.
Yeah.
If you're just doing 40% of $20 million.
The first day alone, they said there was $3.2 million sold. That was 77,000 transactions. Yeah. So if you look at those numbers, we're looking at about $860 million a year, which means there's going to be about 216 million in taxes alone. That's the revenue that is going to help our city deficit.
Sure.
So I mean, this is why they did it. And realistically, I mean, I think we were a little late in the game. That we should have started this a lot sooner. We would be in a lot less debt.
Yeah, I mean, and don't forget, that's not all of that money is not to any particular city, state. That's totaling it all up. Everybody's going to get their piece.
Yes.
But with that kind of revenue, I mean, I would really hope that it fills the gaps for some of the things. Now, that's one thing that we didn't really have clarity from the city council. Where are they going to go? Where is this money going to go?
Right.
And I hope it's not like how the lottery, like the taxes from the lottery. Nobody really talks about that, because I know initially when they were saying all these tax dollars go to education and things like that. But what happened with those was, if there was already $1 million going to schools, they just took the lottery money
and replaced it.
So it wasn't like now we're getting more money.
Extra money to the schools.
It was just the same amount, which I hope that doesn't happen, because we know we have a lot of deficiencies in the city, the state, and the county. So.
Yeah. So we'll see how moving forward. I know that there's going to have to be some more clarity on where these taxes are actually going to. Right. But let's just talk about how it is. How if you are just
what's the
not
experience?
Familiar, what's the experience of coming into one of these dispensaries? Because we had questions. I wanted to know how it was.
Right.
So we've talked to a lot of community members and residents who have visited the dispensary, and to my surprise, I didn't even realize that it is actually illegal here in Illinois to display the marijuana or the cannabis in like the shelves or how I would just assume it is like kind of how when you go to a food place or a shoe store, I mean,
Right.
they have displays, or even a
display
jewelry
plates.
store. I mean,
Yeah.
realistic jewelry stores are behind a glass, but they get to display it.
There's always something.
You
There's
pull
a
it
floor
out.
model, right? There's a floor model when you go to Best Buy if you're gonna buy a TV.
But that's not the case here. So we had a couple people that went to the Mission Dispensary. They said that when you first walk in, you walk to the door. They have a form that you can fill out with your email address to get more information, announcements, things like that. Then they take your ID. They scan it. Then you go into a separate room where you wait. In that room, they'll open the door here and there, and they'll bring in 2 or 3 people at a time. So that once they call you in to go into to the actual location where you select your items, you walk through those doors. You go in there. They have tablets. With the images of what they have available and the details on it. They do have people walking around to answer questions if you have questions, but it's just a very kind of informal process that you just go on the tablet, you select what you want to buy, you want to purchase, you click on purchase, and then that information gets sent over to the cashier, who, when your name gets called, you go to the cashier, they already have your purchase items, and that's where you pay in cash, because I didn't even know you couldn't use a credit card.
Yeah, well, actually, I thought it was because there's charges that you get imposed when you use credit cards, and that cuts into your profits. Actually, that's what I thought it was, but it's higher than that because even though we've made it legal in this state, and there's 11 states total now, it's still federally illegal. So banks like that process credit card transactions, actually, it would be illegal for them to process marijuana sales. But that you described this experience, I don't understand how we have it set up that way. If it's legal, then have it be legal. How is it that they made it so that you can't even look at it or smell it or anything? Now, I actually have walked into dispensaries in Las Vegas, Nevada, and Los Angeles in California, and I just thought that's how they were. You walk in and they have display items. They have little samples that not for you to hold or touch, but something you can smell, you can look, you can see what it is you're about to buy. So I find it quite interesting and unfortunate, actually, that you have to buy it from a iPad.
From a photo, So that was kind of weird to me, but I don't know the reason behind it. We'll have to look into it more.
Right.
And from what I heard from people that are really involved with this subject and have been researching it, they said that they are looking to change the laws where they can provide them in an encased box or something, or like kind of like enclosed where that you could still see it from the outside, and it'll have holes so you could smell it. Even a microscope so you can look at the different crystals and colors
see
that
the
it
quality
has,
of
the quality of it. But so that was really interesting to me. But again, and they do have, I want to say, a program where if you go through Greenleaf, if you don't want to have cash on you, there is one where you could do, it's somewhat like Venmo and like Zelle, where you put money in there so you can transfer money from your bank account. Or I want to say it's called Greenleaf.
Cash transaction.
So
like
then you could go through there.
Debit.
So but that's really interesting. Let us know if you visited any other ones.
Yeah, and what your experiences
were
like.
One in South Chicago or ones around the city of Chicago, in the state, wherever. Let us know.
And I'm sure somebody out there's already been to maybe even more than just one location. So if you want to share with us like what your experience was.
What your experiences.
Different locations.
Or if we have anything wrong, or if we have any question, if we said something that may be incorrect, let us know. We're learning about it as well, just as most of the community, I want to say, is. So
it's still pretty new, and I know that they're still probably working out some kinks and everything, and I'm sure things will change. But so that's kind of what we heard about that.
So before we sign off, we just wanted to give out a few announcements of things going on here in the community. We do have the Hegwish Community Watch Association will be having their next meeting on January 28th. That's this Tuesday coming up. Well, not this Tuesday coming up. 2 Tuesdays from now.
2 Tuesdays.
At 7 o'clock at Steve's Lounge.
Steve's Lounge.
Yes, and you do know where Steve's Lounge is, right?
I mean, even though everybody should know where it is, it's actually located at 13200 South Baltimore Avenue. But
I mean, if they don't know where it's at,
I mean,
are they
I
even
could
from
never
that?
probably tell you the address, but I know where it is, you know?
Yes.
Even if I make a wrong turn until I get there. But you'll get there.
So make sure to be there. We will be there. Great group of people, just trying to make the community better, get more involved. And it's all about safety awareness and about community involvement and how to work together. You know, definitely great group of people. Make sure to be there. The next event that we have coming up, or another event, because technically this one's first.
Yes.
The 10th Ward Town Hall with Alderman Sadlowski Garza.
Right. There's going to be special guests. The 4th District Commander will be there. Also, the Office of Emergency Management.
And the Census 2020.
Right. Census 2020.
So I know that they were hiring. I don't know if they still are, but they were hiring like 10,000 positions or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, make sure to get involved with that. Go and ask all the questions that you can and see how important it is and what it's all about. So another thing that I wanted to bring up because
that's George Washington High School, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry. That one is on January 22nd at 6 o'clock at George Washington High School. Again, I'm sure you know where that's at.
Yeah.
But we'll put the address below,
Right.
just in case.
Just in case.
Another thing that we wanted to remind people is that Light Heat program is taking place, and they do it until the funds run out, so please take advantage of that.
Yeah, Light Heap. What does that stand for?
Oh, of course. Light Heap is a low-income home energy assistance program. So if you need any kind of help with, energy, your energy services, heat and electricity, please go out there, take advantage of this program. There are different locations. We'll show the flyer of the 10th Ward sites that are located here in the area, but there's the newest location, the newest satellite location is at 13256 South Baltimore Avenue. So take advantage of this. Make sure you get on that right away.
And I was today years old when I found out what Light Heap meant. I swear I was always curious what that meant.
There you go. See, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you so much, everyone. Please let us know if there's any other events or programs that you want us to announce, or, just let us know.
This is ONT Now.